What it is, beautiful people. You know what I'm saying? It's your boy back here with another video, another week, another thing, another dollar, another, other stuff to be made out here. I'm just coming at y'all with another video out here doing my thing out here. Had a good little birthday. I know y'all probably seen it. My stuff had a late delay because I had a little problem. I uploaded it on my birthday. Came back to check it. I was like, why is it not on my shit? I look back. Turns out I uploaded on my other YouTube channel. And I didn't check it till the next day, so now my shit's behind. So now it look like my birthday's on the 20th, but it's really on the 19th, will fuck me all the way up, you know what I'm saying? But we back in this bitch. What's up, everybody? It's your boy Malik the Shine, aka Only V, aka Only Vantage Music, aka Hollywood Van, and we back with another video. Basically my issue today would be, why don't they love me, man? I don't know what's happening to me, man. I don't know what's happening to me. So basically what I'm trying to figure out is, what should I do? Because the thing is, what I'm trying to figure out basically, I'm just delving over my options, seeing what's out there, seeing what it is, because it's coming around that time. And basically, like I said before, after I'm turned 23, I'm focusing strictly on business, what's going to better my business, what's going to better my life and stuff like that. And I've been thinking off and on, I've been pushing off this whole relationship thing, but I've been thinking off and on of what I'm supposed to do, when I do decide that I'm interested in trying to go back out there and do this again and do all that other stuff. And it's like a constant thing that's going back and forth. It's just, I don't know how to describe it, because it's basically I try to give somebody a chance, just to test it out, just to see. We try it out for a little while. Then they all usually do the same thing where they'll be like, I just feel like we're in this and this, that, or I feel like we argue too much, or I feel like, it's different. I just feel like and it's like, I don't necessarily even be noticing it though. It's even when it comes to certain situations, I don't never really notice it. It's not nothing that you can really say that's it's too much to where you can't handle it, unless you just never been in those situations. That's the one thing about relationships. I really hate arguing, but it's it seems to me with any relationship or anything that I'm trying to start, it seems to me people seem to always think that I'm trying to be right about something when I'm really not. But the problem with that is, it's just when you're constantly being told that you always think that you're right, and you think this and you think that, it kind of forces you into a corner to make you feel well, if you're gonna keep saying that, it's kind of, I might as well just start trying to show you that I'm right. Start trying to show you that I'm right. Basically, it's when the people are always talking, and you with your girl, or you with your dude, and he always accusing you of cheating, and she always accusing you of cheating every day, every time, everywhere you look. Every day, they always asking questions about it, thinking that you cheating, and it's bro, if you're gonna keep asking me this, I might as well just do it, so that way you even shut up about it. Because it's every day you don't trust me enough to, do my own thing, be somewhere, do this without you accusing me of something else. And it's I understand how that feels, and it's I've been in that situation before, but it's I understand how it feels on other different aspects of stuff, because it's multiple times over and over, there's just, you get hearing the same thing, you get tired of hearing that. And it's so when I'm getting told all the time that I'm just always trying to be right, or that I'm always trying to do this or do that, it's I'm really not. But then it's it makes me just feel well, fuck it, then obviously I must be right, since you keep bringing it up all the time. I'm not trying to be right. It's just, if you're saying something and I happen to disagree with what you're saying, it's not about being right. I don't have to agree with everything you're saying. And I feel that's the problem with how relationships work, and how the females and males of this day too, I don't know. But a lot of I can only focus on the females. So with a lot of women, that's the main issue, is the fact that if they feel if they're not, even if they know they're not right, they still think that this is back in the day where everybody's just gonna be oh, even though they're saying that, I'm still gonna just go with it because they're saying it, because the women's are. That's not even the case. And it's I understand that in reality, a woman is always right, whatever, but in reality, they're not. So it's when it comes down to certain stuff, and I feel that's probably why I'm still single. And I mean, I understand that, but it's I'm not gonna just settle for the fact of always trying to, every time, to avoid an argument. But I do. Most of the time I do avoid it by just letting them feel like they're right. And then it's but when it's all said and done, then that starts another argument, because then they feel I'm not listening, because of the fact that all I'm doing is telling them that they are just agreeing with them, and they be like, you don't even think that, and then it starts another argument because they think I'm not agreeing with them, and they think I'm lying about agreeing with them. So then now I'd be like, well, I mean, if it's just really me, then this and that, and it's like that starts another argument. So it's like, what I've learned is that really, it's like you can't win for losing. And I don't know if it's just right here. That's why I'm so ready to move. Like just explore the world and leave Tennessee for right now. Because what I honestly feel, I honestly don't feel like my actual dream girl or my actually girl, whatever, is right here. Like, even if my dream girl is someone here that lives here now, or even an ex-girlfriend that lives here now, as long as she lives in Tennessee, that's not going to be my dream girl. Just because of the simple fact that I feel like Tennessee is corrupting the minds of all the people that's around here. Because I've never seen so. It is like they're all really the same. So it's like I have to deal with that constantly, having to hear all this stuff, same thing. It's like all it does is I talk to a new girl, try to do that, try to holler. It's just the same thing with a different face on it. And it's like, that stuff gets annoying after a while. Like, I don't know if y'all realize that, but if I'm telling you something, like, okay, let's check this out. Okay, this was a girl I was talking to a while ago. Basically, I've already, like, everybody who knows me already know I have trust issues when it comes down to that. Trust issues as far as, not just as far as with relationships in general, but as far as with people getting close to me and then leaving. Because I guess you said attachment issues. So that's why I try not to get close to people. I'm very friendly. Like, if you meet me in person, I'm probably the friendliest person you'll ever meet. I'm goofy all the time, and I'm always laughing. I'm always happy. So if you don't see me like that, then you know there's something wrong. But I'll never actually tell you that there's something wrong. You can tell usually, but I won't never just be like, you know, this and this and this bother me. I'm not really one of them. Unless I put it in a song, you won't really hear me just come out of nowhere and just start saying stuff like that. But anyways, it's just like, they know that I have issues with people coming in my life and leaving, especially people coming in my life leaving in the worst times and then coming back when it's beneficial, or leaving again and then coming back and leave. Like, I hate when people leave and come back. I'm not one to typically, when it comes down to certain situations, if I leave, I'm gone. But it's like, I rarely ever leave. So, because you can look at any of my relationships, especially my longest ones, like, I put up with a lot of stuff before I actually decide to be like, you know what, I can't do this no more and I'm out. So if I ever were to just leave, that means I've pretty much gone to the fullest extent of whatever I can do. I can't do any more than that. But it's like when I'm, especially with friendships or relationships, it's like, if I find interest in you and we're talking, we're making plans, we're trying to do this and do that, and then it's like, all of a sudden, it's like overbearing. And you know, I try to ease back sometimes when it's turning to certain people. I try to ease back so I'm not trying to be over whatever. But it's like, if I see potential in you and I see that, you know, you actually might be the one for something like that, and then I'm not really good on just hiding that. Like, if you actually seem like the one and I'm showing you that you don't, and I'm trying to tell you and I'm trying to do this and do that to prove to you how I think, and you're starting to see it, and it's like, I realize that you see that, it's not really easy. I mean, it's not really easy for me to actually just go back and flip that around and just go back in there and just be like, hey, well, you know, this and this and that, and try to take all my feelings out of this just to keep it cool. It's like, that's the reason I really don't like getting close, because it's like, it seems like I get pulled in a lot, and then I start doing this, and then they start feeling it, and then we go back and forth talking about it, and then eventually something just happens out of nowhere. It's never really planned. Like, it's never like after something like happens. It's like down the line where I won't hear from a person for a little bit, and then right after that, oh, well, you know, I don't think we should do this because of this. It's like something that could have been talked over, and even if we had this conversation before, but I feel like we keep doing, it's like, it don't hurt to conversate, because if you really break this down, how are you going to truly be successful in a relationship if after the first time you've complained about something or whatever you done? Like, that don't make sense. Like, if you're having issues as far as we're arguing a lot, or we're complaining a lot, or we're going out too much, and then the person still argue, like, it's not even that it's the person, because it's like, say for instance, if we use the argument for example, 9 times out of 10, it's not that I'm trying to argue. I just maybe don't agree with what you're saying, so I'm just telling you, you know, I don't think that's how that's supposed to go. And then that starts argument because I don't. It's like as if a woman expects for me to actually like agree 24/7 when it's like I don't understand it, because it's like it doesn't benefit anybody for me to agree. It just stops the argument for a little while until another argument comes by. It's like, it doesn't matter, but to have to walk through this whole thing over and over and over and over again, it's like, I don't know, like I can't do that. But basically, I don't know, just seeing how things go with that, seeing how things what's it called? Just seeing how it goes. It's just like, I can't keep doing that. It's like that, you don't understand how draining that is on a person to keep going back and forth with somebody, especially doing all that and thinking that you're right there, like you feel it, like you like this close. Man, you like finally you got the girl of your dreams. And right before you get them, well, I don't feel like talking, we should talk anymore, we're this and they disappear. And then it's like, all that energy you cause see, the problem with me is, and I'm trying to break that, is the problem with me is when I talk to somebody, when I have like somebody that I'm actually like trying to be with or something like that, I have a habit of shutting other people out. So I'll be focused on this one person and then tune everybody out. And to some people that's not a problem. Some people it's like, you know, that's a good thing, because if you do that, that means you're more focused on this person, so you're gonna give this person your attention and do this and do that. But yeah, that's like the same thing as the statement of putting all your eggs in one basket. It's like, I'm trying to learn how to not do that, but it's like people get attached, so it's like it's hard to do that. So I try to focus on one, especially if I like you. I'm gonna focus on just you, just making you happy and doing this and this and that. But the problem with that is when I do that, it's like I'm setting myself more up for what's going to inevitably happen, which usually happens the same way. So, you know, after all these years, for it to keep happening with just different people, I'm not starting, and it's like, I'm not even gonna say that it's not me, because obviously when I start feeling somebody, I feel like I come on too strong afterwards. And I understand that stuff I can definitely change, but it's hard to change, but I can definitely change that. But outside of that, it's just a simple fact that when you're dealing with certain stuff, it's like the stuff that you're wanting to be changed is literally the smallest stuff. Like, say for instance, like people who don't like who's complaining about their girls being too clingy. It's like, that's the stuff I used to complain about, but when I broke that down, I actually don't. As long as they trust me, I'm okay with the clinginess. Because if it's clingy and jealousy, like they feel they're so clingy and they don't want me around nobody else because of this and this and that, then that's a problem. But if it's just that they're clingy, like they're always trying to see me, always want to be around me, always want to do that, then it's like, I understand that and I like that. But it's like, it just depends on who it is and their intentions of what their clinginess is. And it's like, that's the problem with a lot of the people that I talk to, especially if it's somebody I'm trying to get with. Because it's like, usually their problem is they don't want me around nobody else, so it comes into a jealousy thing. And it's like, me being an actor and a rapper and a photographer, a videographer, and a this and a that, it's like, I'm going to have a lot of people I'm going to have to be around. And it's something you're going to have to get used to. So if you can't get used to that without having an issue, it's like, I can't really work with you like that. Because it's like part of my job to be around people. So it's like, what do you expect? And it's like, but the thing is, the problem with all that stuff is it's just multiple things like that that's going on back and forth. So it's like, I'm just stuck. And it's like, I mean, it would be nice, like I said, it would be nice to actually have somebody to actually be in a relationship to see what that's like. Because it's been 3 years now since I've seen what that's like. So it's like, I honestly don't even remember what that feels like. So hell, close friendships could feel like that for all I know, because I don't remember. And it's like, I'm not just saying it to say, like, I really don't remember what it feels like. And that's why I'm so picky when it comes down to what I want, who I want, or what I'm trying to do. But see, the problem with that is, the more pickier I am, the less time I have left to find somebody. And I know I'm young, so it's like, it's just like, I don't know why you complain about it. You got plenty of time to find this. But it's like, I don't want to feel like I've wasted my time trying to find somebody just to get nowhere with them, and then I'm stuck. And then it's like, I'm sitting here looking like, dang, I should have did this and did that. So it's like, I'm really like stuck on figuring out like, what exactly do I want? Because I do feel like I want a relationship. Like, I do feel like that would be the perfect thing to cap off what I'm trying to do with my career and what I'm trying to do to take off. But at the same time, it's like, based off who? Because it's like, and I feel like the problem with me is, I'm typically the one that usually falls for those who fall for me, basically. And it's like, or either that or the women that are usually broken, like their dude has done something wrong. And then like, cause that's at least how it was in high school, where I'm close to a person, and then if their dude is doing something wrong, I ain't treating them right, especially if I'm like a best friend in that part. And then it's like the dude ain't treating them right. It's like, once they, you know, I'm that friend, you know, at least back in the day, that'd be like, I wouldn't do you like that. I wouldn't do you. I wouldn't. Okay, anyways. But point being, when it comes down to that, I feel like I was definitely that dude back in high school and middle school. So if my best friend or whatever having problems like that, but I can't even believe they did that to you like that, because I would never do you like that. Which opens the gate, boom. So now I'm in there. And then the slides like that, oh really, this and this. I'm like, yeah, I wouldn't do this, da da da. That's literally, if I'm not mistaken, that's literally how I got my last 3 girlfriends. And I mean, it's not complaining about that, because literally those were the best girlfriends I've had. But I mean, the point being is just the fact that that's how I got them. It's like, and it feels like, the thing is, I feel like I'm always in that position. I'm never in, and that's the problem with me. I feel like I'm always in the position of the rebound type of thing that turns into a relationship where he said he wouldn't do this, but I mean, he did this to me, but you wouldn't, so I'm gonna try this. It's like that. I've never necessarily been in the position where, hey, I like this person and this person like me, and it works. Because clearly, from what I've seen as of lately, all it does is the same thing. If I like this person and this person like me, and then we connect, it never works out. So it's like, the only time I really can for sure say that I'm going to get the person that I'm trying to be with is if they're going through something and I'm waiting my turn to get them next. And I know that sounds bad. I don't mean it like that. Like, I'm not like, I get them next. Because I'm not even worried about sex, and then like, who the... Somebody pulled up, I didn't know who that was. But anyway, I'm not even worried about sex or nothing like that. Like, cause that's the problem. That's the problem with where I was. Because it's like, a lot of times that's what I was thinking with. Like, that's what I was like wanting. I was more focused on the sex and everything like that instead of everything else. So it's like, I'm just dealing with that over and over. So, I mean, it's all good though. But it's just like, yeah, that's basically where I'm at. So I'm trying to figure out how to get out of that position, get out of that mindset, get out of everything else, and just trying to figure out what I really want. And it's like, I don't know, I just feel like my girl really just isn't in Tennessee right now. Like, she is just like dealing with that and just watching this, just paying attention to everything else. I just feel like she's not. And it's like, so the more I sit here and think about it, the more I try to spend time over here trying to figure some stuff out, it's like all I'm doing is really just hurting myself in the long run, because I'm constantly going back and forth trying to see what I can do. Then I finally find somebody that works is like kind of interesting. And then right after that, as soon as I get to that part, boom, then it's like, okay, let's see what we can do. We start talking, we start communicating, getting closer and closer. Then I don't know where the text just starts slowing down. And it's like, I'm one of those that's just start, I kind of stopped giving a fuck after a while. So when it starts doing shit like that, I'm just watching, and then I pay attention to that stuff. I may not call it out every time, but 9 times out of 10, I pay attention, and I have this ready in case you were to say something, be like, you know, in the back of my mind that you do this. Like, I pick up on patterns when I talk to people. So if I'm talking to you, you're doing something, and you act like I don't notice it, I just pretend like I don't notice it too, and then we'll go back and forth. But at the end of the day, I know what you're doing. I know when it's happening. So if you're starting to slow text me, I'm not going to keep doing that thing. Where you been? I ain't heard from you. I'm not one of them dudes, man. Like, if you don't want to talk to me, that's cool. But like that, I would rather it be known than you just stop talking to me because either you found somebody else that seemed more interesting, or you just wanted to do whatever you want to. At the end of the day, don't start a conversation. That's for anybody. That's not even a relationship. Don't start a conversation and then just stop texting me in the middle of the conversation and then hit me up later, like a couple days later, and just try to finish off the. Like, I'm not trying to talk to you right now. Like, and I feel like, especially with a lot of women, when I talk to you, or especially when we're texting, especially when we're close, and then something, especially if we don't do nothing, that's the even worse part. If we're not having an argument and not doing nothing, and you just stop texting me, versus if we're arguing and then you stop, that's one thing. But if you stop texting me, and then, I no problem, just stop texting me for a couple days, and then you come back, and then you're just like, well, hey, how you been? Bitch! But, nah, it's just like, I don't know, like, it's just that, it's the same thing, and it's like, that's the problem with all of this shit. It's just like, I'm constantly dealing with the fact of, you know, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. Then next thing I know, I'm getting close to a person, they leave. It's like the whole commitment, and that's why I don't really have good commitment things. Like, I have commitment issues, because it's just like, it's the same thing. What am I gonna commit to just for you to walk away whenever it gets rough? So it's like, nah, I'm good. But I don't know, I could go on and on about this. I've already been on here for 20 minutes, so I'm finna go ahead and head out, get this stuff ready. I gotta clean up, because, you know, Thanksgiving is tomorrow. So I'm about to get this situated, and then I'm gonna have another video. We're gonna have a part 2 to this, because I got a long thing about relationships I can talk to y'all about. So we're gonna tend to it, alright? We're gonna go through this together. We're gonna figure this out, alright? If I don't see y'all, make sure y'all have a happy Thanksgiving. You know what I'm saying? Have a blessed holiday. And we'll be back next week. Peace.
Trying to channel Vantage, putting pens to papers. Books Books of rhymes, I'm steady flipping pages. Killing verses on a different basis. Judging me cause I ain't quick to hold up. Trying to channel Vantage, put pens to papers. Books of rhymes, I'm steady flipping pages. Killing verses